Alperen Sengun, the young center that the Houston Rockets have selected in this year's previous drafts, has shown a lot of promise in Summer League and projects to be a very exciting future piece for this Houston Rockets team. And maybe it will convince them that Christian Wood won't be their small ball 5 starting 5, and they'll move him to the 4 if Sengun can play him out of that spot. Sengun won the MVP of the Turkish League as an 18-year-old, was absolutely dominant in that league, and continued that dominance in Summer League. And so today I want to talk about what my expectations are for Sengun in this upcoming season, as well as moving forward in his NBA career. So let's just talk about what Sengun can do on the court and what he needs to improve on to really reach his ceiling. As I mentioned, he was very dominant in the Turkish League, and you can say that quite physically, because his strength was just overly dominant in that league. Now, I don't think that's going to translate as much in the NBA. Now, he is 6'10", 240, but he isn't necessarily the most muscular 240. I think if he can get a bit more in shape and improve his conditioning as well as his strength in terms of muscle, then at 6'10" with his build, he can definitely be very dominant in the strength department. He definitely has the build to do so. He's just not quite where he needs to be at yet in terms of that. He's not terribly out of shape. He's not Jokic levels of out of shape by any stretch, but he can definitely improve in his conditioning and his strength, which will improve his dominance down low as well as his mobility. Now, this is someone who's very good on screen, someone who can finish very well at the rim. He's not necessarily someone who's going up and catching lobs, but he can post up, he can get his hands on stuff at the rim and finish well. And he looks like someone who can be a fairly good floor spacer as well, someone who already has a bit of ability from mid-range and can shoot fairly well from deep with time. As far as I'm concerned, I think he's going to be able to develop a respectable three-point shot. I think he's going to be a decent defender as well at the rim, but I do have concerns about his ability in pick and rolls. And I think that's the biggest concern for him is his mobility, his quickness, his lateral quickness, his foot speed. I think he is going to have some concerns as far as pick and rolls, which is a problem because if you can't defend pick and rolls in today's game, you don't play that much. That's just kind of how it is. Welcome to Enes Kanter. If you do play, well, Enes Kanter's teams usually don't go as far as they would like to do, or Enes Kanter just doesn't play in the playoffs. There's a reason for that. So that's something to watch out for with Sengun. Could he improve that? Maybe, but I don't think he's naturally ever going to be the fleetest of foot guy. So it's just going to be whether he can get to a point where he can be respectable enough that they can essentially be okay with having him out on the floor. Now, as far as the positives go, he is looking like someone who can be a fairly good passer as well. Can be a fairly good scorer in the low block. There's a lot to like about Sengun's game. I'm going to be honest. It's really how good of shape and strength can he get, and can his lateral quickness improve to a point where he's good enough to be able to be a good pick and roll defender. That's really the biggest thing for him. His vertical also isn't anything crazy. So as much as he could be a good low block defender and rim protector in that way, he's not going to be someone who's going to be jumping up, making big blocks and protecting the rim with crazy athleticism and vertical. He's not the most athletic center. We'll put it that way. He has good basketball skill, good basketball IQ, good basketball abilities, but his athletic build from an athleticism standpoint, strength, he's there. Height, he's there. But vertical, speed, quickness, that he's not there in. And that is concerning because that is something that can be hard to teach and hard to improve on. But if he can improve his conditioning, improve his strength, he might be able to get to a point where it is respectable enough where he can be a solid NBA center. I think his basketball skill is very high, and I'm excited to see him continue his development. I just hope that his lack of athleticism doesn't hold him back from being a solid NBA player. Next year, I don't think he'll start. Personally, I think they're going to stick with Christian Wood at the 5. Houston fans, if you know better than me, let me know down in the comment section. I don't want to act like I know and hear everything Houston Rockets news that you guys may. So let me know if you guys think that will be differently. Long term, I don't know if he's a starter. It really just depends on his development. As I said, if he can't defend pick and rolls well enough, he's not going to be a valuable piece to any team, and he's not going to be a starter. That's just the way it is. So if he can work on to a point where he can be solid on the defensive end as a rim protector and in pick and rolls, he doesn't even have to be elite. He just needs to be respectable. As long as he can do well on the offensive end for you, then that's fine. That's what remains to be seen. and we'll have to see. I don't have any idea. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section, and if he can develop those skills to a necessarily point to be a starting center in the NBA. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And if you want to hear my thoughts on other young players in the league, rookies and young players alike, my thoughts on them for next season and moving forward, then be sure to click the box on the right-hand side of the screen. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one.